Hi everybody, welcome back. As promised last video, we are starting with the outside forms. We finished all the rebar last video. Amy is up today just tying off what I laid out for her. And then that allows me to focus on the forms. Okay, so I've reset my string at the top of slab, and that means we've got 40 centimeters of slab down to here, and then 60 centimeters down to the bottom, the top of the footer. So the concrete's going to be pouring 100 centimeters right here. I need to form at least that. I've got sheets of plywood that I've used on various other forms. They are 90 centimeters wide. I've also got a whole bunch of sheets already cut to 30. So I'm going to put those two together to give me a height of 120, which is overkill, but it means I don't have to do any cutting. I've set up the table saw and everything with the expectation that I'm going to be ripping a bunch of boards, but now it looks like I may not have to. I just got to assemble. Oh my God. So if you recall when we were pouring our footer, we poured right over an ant colony, or a couple of them. It looks like they have moved all of their larvae to here in between the plywood panels. Ooh, this is not going to bode well for the ant family. Okay. Okay, we're just moving up on the line. There. Right there. Okay, we've got the first 4 panels up. It's looking exactly like I expected it to, so I'm pleased about that. Over on the 4th panel, we're suddenly coming off of the line I snapped. which means that because we've got 300 mil separators consistently all through there, that part of the inside form must have pushed out a little bit when I was filling. This side is all, perfectly aligned to the line, but that last panel suddenly is out. So I don't know how to correct it. I'm going to think about this offline a little bit and just continue working on the rest of the panels. Now that we've got the panels up, you can see how they're going to be secured. I'm going to screw them into the concrete along this bottom board, this little 1x2 that we put in there. I'm going to put extra supports in at the seam, because the seam, this plywood is getting a little old, and so the seams are not matching up perfectly. So I'm going to put some more supports in the seams, and then we're going to drill a couple more holes up there. Haven't decided where exactly yet, but I'm going to have to weld those upper separators to the rebar itself on the other side, because we don't have an inner form on the other side for the separator to attach to, to give stability to this outer form. We're going to weld instead. Okay, we're getting rained out. It's pushing 5 o'clock, so I'm not going to stay the extra hour that I've been trying to. Now we've made it all the way across to the pit area, and you can see I've got panels, I've got some formwork that's going to go over the pit area. We've got to do a little bit of corrective pouring of new fresh concrete around the pit area. And I'm pleasantly surprised that the system I've kind of cobbled together looks like it's going to work. So I was really concerned for weeks and actually months about how to correct that, how to attach formwork around the new pit pour. And it's coming together. I'm really pleased. So time to bug out. We'll see you in just a little bit. So of course I'm trying to recycle my materials and get as much use out of them as possible. And I'm having a stroke of luck right now, and I'm seeing that the pieces that I thought would be just garbage, the ones from behind the 2-meter wall that I had to kick and bite and scream at in order to get them out of there, are now coming in very useful. I haven't been filming too much today. I got a late start, and I had a lot of just tasks to do. I bought a big tarp for the pour day in case it's pouring, because we're just right on the shoulder of rainy season right now, and it's going to start. It's going to definitely start before pour day. So anyway, I'm making my way to the corner with 2 more panels, and then I've got some patching to do. Trust me when I say this formwork has given me nightmares. I have spent hours, countless hours, just noodling this possible solution, whatever solution I have. I really had no idea how to do it. And some of it even just came to me today. Putting the ledge down there at the bottom to support. The ledge will pour concrete right onto that ledge, but it's not screwed in. We'll be able to just pry it out or knock it out after the pour. So, just as simple as a thing as that ledge just came to me today. That's how problematic this has been for me. how do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. I'm getting these forms in one little section or panel at a time, filling the holes, and it's giving me confidence, definitely. I had to cut these 5 separators because if you look down there, you can see the black line. And because the separators are a fixed width, they were pushing this outside form almost an inch and a half away from that line. I've got to have these forms on that black line to have a really straight front wall. So I've had to cut these 5 separators. I'm going to push the wall in manually, attach it from the outside with screws to the bottom, to the base, and then weld those separators back together. Okay, done. You in. Let's get you back into place there. Okay, that'll do it. That'll do it. I plan on leaving this up for the next 36 hours. I'm really worried that I'm going to come back and it's just going to be ripped to shreds. I don't like the catch basin potential in here. I don't really know how to correct it. I'm not really experienced with tarps. In my camping experience, I would try to lower one of the poles, but if I lower them anymore, then the tarp starts sitting on that the outer forms, and then that creates a new catch basin. I don't know. Okay, and that's my blue tarp over the pit. A much more simple anchoring system. Let's just see what it looks like in 36 hours. Okay, this is as good a place as any to wrap up this video. I wanted to get the forms done, and by goodness, we did. I am shocked that it went the way it did. You know, when I came to the mountain yesterday morning to get started on these things, I didn't have a solution in mind. I didn't know how I was going to do it, especially those around the pit area. And it's, you know, it's kind of like the creative process. Probably I was inspired by Ono-san, and I subconsciously learned when I saw him, you know, put together all those forms so quickly. Last pour. If you haven't seen the last pour with my 75-year-old samurai laborer carpenter, check it out. But yeah, I must have learned something from him subconsciously, because I didn't learn it consciously, and that I know of. And I just got into a zone and started putting together these forms, and I didn't stop, and they went together, and and it was a surprise. So I used to be a creative writer, a magazine editor and magazine writer and that kind of stuff. And you know, anybody who's in the creative fields know that sometimes you just have to start doing something even without the end goal in mind, or even the process to the end goal in mind. And sometimes it works out, and that's exactly what happened with these forms. Hey, I know it's a really, you know, silly little manual labor thing. I'm not trying to make it out to be anything more than just a happy outcome, a happenstance, a circumstance. But I'm not a laborer, and I don't do this for a living, so it's cool when things come together. Enough blathering along. I'm going to finish wrapping up my hammock, store it. Everything else is packed away. I'm going to turn off the power and go to Tokyo for a birthday party. See you soon. Next video is welding and separators and making sure these forms stay up this time when we pour the concrete. Cheers.